Change everything you are and everything you are. Your number has been called. Fights and battles have begun. Revenge will surely come. Your hard times are ahead. Best, you got to be the best. You got to change the world and use this chance to be heard. Yeah, time is now. Time is now.
got the power. You got the might.
No way.
Get ready for battle.
Give me your money.
Beat the Black Knight. You got the power. You got the might.
No way.
Get ready for battle.
Give me your money.
Beat the Black Knight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MLD Monday. MLD Monday. MLD Monday. I'm not ready for that yet. Welcome to MLD Monday. We'll go straight into Kendo Game. Ooh. Yo. Just right off the bat to explain the silly music at the end there. That was actually the it was from a pinball machine called Black Knight 2000. It was a pinball machine in the 80s and quite possibly has one of the best themes ever. Like, you listen to that and you're like, I can kind of believe this is a pinball machine, but at the same time you're like, no. This is too awesome to be a pinball machine. Anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? It is another crazy MLD Monday, and really, the week that we had in the MLD, week 10 last week, was absolutely bonkers. And case in point, the guests on tonight include the wildcard winning Sharks, and the wild card spot winning Sharks, and the wild card spot winning Demolition. So, goodness gracious, we are happy to have both them on. Anyway, it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for everyone's favorite segment throughout the week. Everyone waits for this, the Kendo Slice Hot Take of the Week. Now, those of you who are new to the stream and the cast don't know what I'm talking about when I say it's the Kendo Slice Hot Take of the Week. You might think, well, that sounds silly. And to be honest, a hot take generally is fairly silly. Usually it's something that I become impassioned about, or something that I'm just coming up with off the top of my head that may or may not make sense, may or may not be truthful, and may or may not be fake news. Like in the past, we've had I had an argument one week about how we need to find the meme of season 6. I had another argument that we need to have more viewership, which was actually a very reasonable argument, and that was about a 5-minute take. Today's hot take is something a little bit different. You see, we are in that wonderful playoff season, both in the MLD and, of course, in college basketball. And what would this time of the year be without a bracket. That is right. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, I am announcing the start of what might be the best and or worst bracket in the history of mankind. It will be voted on by you, the fans. It will be the MLD Best Meme Bracket. That is correct. Multiple memes going up against multiple memes voted on by the community to find out which one is the best. We have memes like Kendo Smirk. We have memes like the J-gasmed Dr. Jayville. But they're all fine and dandy. But which one is the best? I mean, I have my personal thoughts. I have arguments. But that is why I wanted to leave it to you, the fans. So for more information on that, do stay tuned to my Twitter account, which will be the main way that we vote on those said things. They'll probably be done in polls. It'll be very fun. I'll have a bracket up maybe before the end of the night. Maybe it will be tomorrow. I don't know. My wife is in chat. She's wondering, where is he finding all the time? Sorry, honey. I'm sorry. Anyway, my first guests today, as we get into our background games. Ooh. There we go. Of course, now we are actually trying out the concept of, rather than me interviewing people and playing games against them every single time, we now have the ability, the technology, the people to bring in and have wonderful streams where we can watch everybody else play rather than watch me and my terrible lack of ability to play. But yes. Just realized I'm missing something. A controller. So I can take away some of the well, that'll work. Anywho. My first guests, if I can pull up Discord in time. My first guests are very...
He's gone!
They're very finned friends. In fact, I have two of them. Fun fact about my first two guests. They're actually cousins. Very, very interesting. We'll find out a little bit more about that dynamic as we go on. But my first guests, they hail from the Blue Conference. They play for the team the Sharks of the MLD. And they finished at a glorious 30-20 on the season in Plat League, with a 5-0 over the Lightning, which got them in. I have with me You Reach I Teach and Clay HD from the Sharks. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
Doing wonderful, and I'm still
doing
laughing.
awesome.
Mike, you're screaming. Oh god, it's an inside joke, Kendo.
You're still laughing? What?
It's an inside joke from the waiting lobby with the other guys.
We were having a good time.
That's awesome. That's probably the most poppin' my waiting lobby has been in a long time.
But how are you doing, Kendo? How are you doing?
I'm actually doing fairly well. Every Monday is a little bit frantic for me, especially this one because my goal was to find guests based upon who made the playoffs in Plat League. And that, of course, did not actually finalize itself until really just yesterday. So I was doing a lot of frantic searching and finding, which, as you know, of course, it can be extremely difficult. Two, I've actually been booking my MLD Mondays about a week and a half in advance lately, so it was actually very uncomfortable for me
So
Try.
you're welcome for clearing my schedule for you.
That, sometimes you don't need to clear your schedule. Sometimes I just make it work. Like in the case last week, we had Cloud Fuel, and I literally had to move it to 6 o'clock. I'm like, this is not when I want to do it, but for you, Cloud, anything. So, guys, just right off the bat, a little bit of background. I know, Clay, you for sure have been in the league since Season 2. Is that true for Teach as well?
That is correct.
Yep.
And for the entire time, you guys have been Sharks.
Absolutely.
That is mental.
I've come close to kicking Teach off like a few times.
Yeah.
What may I ask?
It's been close. It's been close.
May I ask what for?
Oh.
Being better than him.
No. That's why you're kept on. That's why you're still here.
Yeah.
Oh. He's a special child. Likes to get under the skin of some people. And I had to grow up with him. So, like, why do I want to spend any more time with him? I can really make a whole list on why I'd want to remove him.
So
I don't think we have that much time.
I did mention that you guys are cousins. And
Yes.
so I'm guessing you have an extremely close-knit family since you guys live close together.
We live about an hour and a half away from each other.
Ah!
Yep.
Usually just see each other on holidays. But we do have
Usually.
a pretty close-knit family.
Mhm.
What do you mean there? What do you mean? Reed?
Someone was absent at our last family gathering, but that's okay. That's all right.
I didn't have a gift.
Was it a birthday?
Christmas.
Ah! Well, this makes sense. He didn't have a gift. But anyway. So, I do want to talk about the 5-0 that you guys had over the Lightning. There were, I know that for sure there were 2 overtime winners. I should remember this because I was casting it. But I believe there were 3 overtime winners in that matchup. Clay, you weren't in that matchup. How were you feeling? Were you sweating that match out?
So, I'm going to be honest with you here. I got caught up with my girlfriend, and I missed the stream. But I was sweating the entire time that it was going on. I just wasn't watching it. So then once I watched this, the VOD, that's when my butt started to get a little sweaty.
Can you believe that? He missed our game. He missed it.
Mercy.
And he told me he was going to watch it, but he missed it.
Wow.
Things happen.
Well, maybe that's why we won. He
Yeah,
wasn't
maybe, Mike. We get along very well.
Yeah, I mean, you guys... the dynamic between you two seems a lot like brothers. Would you guys describe yourself a lot like brothers, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We were just in the
Definitely.
waiting lobby singing a cappella together.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's really no dynamic like ours in the MLD, I don't think.
So
I agree with that.
Literally singing a cappella. May I ask what you were singing?
What's it called, Mike? From Pitch Perfect?
Mhm.
Oh, since you've been gone?
Yeah, Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson, yeah. Yeah.
We
that's
were
it.
doing the whole scene.
Really?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
That's correct.
So, game number 5 in particular was extremely interesting because you guys started that game out 0-3.
Yep. Kaw was the MVP of that game.
Yeah.
He honestly was.
What was
He
what was
definitely
going
got
through
us
your
going.
head though in that last minute 30 seconds? You guys are down by 3. Did somebody say something to initiate the change in momentum? I mean, I'm trying to figure out because the turnaround that you had was quite possibly one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm. Well, in my head, I was like, oh no, we're going to miss the playoffs by 1 game. But Kaw did a very good job of calming me down because I was raging a little bit. And he said, it's all right, we still got plenty of time. And then we went from there.
Yeah. And so you said you said that you would miss it by 1 game. You were very aware of just how close everything was in the wild card race, correct?
Yes, we did the math. We knew what we needed.
Yeah. And
Sounds sarcastic.
was it sarcastic though? The mic
It
is
was
on
not.
you.
It was not.
Okay.
And now he's lying again. All right.
Come on, Clay. Come on now.
I feel like a 1v1 at the end of this is almost necessary.
Oh, yep. 1v1 Rumble.
I don't think he wants to do that. I've already embarrassed him enough. I
am
When?
definitely feeling a 1v1. What a chat, what do you think? Please get involved, chat. This is definitely I think something that needs to happen. But chat, also remember at the end of this, towards the end of this interview, I will be taking questions from the audience. So if you have questions for Clay and You Reach I Teach of the Sharks, it would definitely behoove you to type them in the chat while we are doing and conducting this interview.
And remember, if you ask me a math question, I do have the band hammer. So please. No tough questions.
Yeah. You got to give us a few softball questions
Softball questions, indeed.
that we can knock out of the park.
Like Coke or Pepsi, you know.
Well, I guess since you already brought it up, Coke or Pepsi?
Well, I have a whole philosophy on it. So I grew up loving Coke.
Here we go.
Now I'm a Pepsi guy. It's just a little more smoother to me, but I still drink both constantly. There you go.
So you will drink either,
Yes,
but not at the same time, correct?
correct. That'd be very odd.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, that's a good point to reinforce. I do not drink both at the same time.
Back on the topic, though, really quickly. I know with that game that you guys were playing against the Lightning, game number 5, Mercy, coming from behind 3 goals in the last minute and 30 seconds. Can you give me the... I know what the play-by-play was like for me giving it, but what was the play-by-play when you guys tied that game up?
Well, I screamed at the top of my lungs, "Let's go!" So it was pretty exciting. Kyle was having a good time too.
To be honest, I was 100% worried with about, I think, 20 seconds left. You guys had an open net, and you ended up missing out on it. The ball was literally on the line for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, I missed like several wide open shots at the very beginning of the game.
He was very close to blowing it.
I totally agree. I really was. All kidding aside, I mean, it was crazy. Throughout the game, I saw we were down 3-0, and then I look at the clock and like, oh gosh, there's like only 2 minutes left. Then we turned it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
Fun little question. I'll pose this for Clay, because I think Teach pretty much said Caw just carried him. You guys have a very interesting roster dynamic, because I really think that all 3 of you could be on the starting roster.
I agree. Yeah.
Going into the playoffs, do you know who you're going to be starting up against the Jets?
So you just want me to give all the answers to the Jets right now?
Not at all.
No. We talked about it. We think we're just going to go with myself and Teach. What kind of sets us apart from one of us with Teach, or one of us with Call, is just experience with each other. I mean, we've been Mike and I have been playing this game together since it came out. We know each other. Like we can play full games without communicating at all and still do really well, which is important. For the most part, yeah. Just overall, the chemistry is just slightly better than if we were with Caw. And I look forward to having Caw on the roster. I plan to retain him if he wants to take the spot next season. Teach will probably go bye-bye. But, yeah, no, Caw is a great pickup, and I'm really happy to have him on the squad.
So that kind of plays a little bit into Ace G Face. Has a great question, and I'm gonna break into his question before before we even consider any others that I have written down. What are your plans for next season as individuals? I'll start with Clay.
Well, depending on how this season goes, most likely going to continue captaining the Sharks. If we take it all home, I'll pass the reins on to someone else, just because I've been the captain of this team for so long. You know, I want to give it up to someone else, but at the same time, I want to officially achieve that goal of winning it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Teach?
I plan to move on to the Champ League.
Ooh.
And
big guy.
I haven't decided whether I want to try for a captain spot or take my luck in the draft. I don't know yet.
Interesting. Okay, so we'll
Good
definitely.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to give a shout out to Ace. Good question.
Yeah, it was a very good question. And then as soon as you broke into your answer on the previous question, sounded like you answered the question just a little bit. I wanted to make sure I didn't spoil that question any more than it had already been spoiled. So, Teach, I want to ask you a question here.
All right.
You kind of already spoiled this one a little bit. But of the two of you, who do you think is better and why?
Teach.
Oh.
Why'd you give him this power?
I honestly think me and Clay are basically the same player.
Interesting.
If you've been watching, knows you're lying.
I mean, I honestly have way more time to play Rocket League than Clay does.
Yeah.
And if Clay had just as much time as me, he would be just as high or even higher, to be honest.
That's fair. Or I mean, right now, I'd say definitely Teach is our keystone player. He is slightly better than me. I mean, you can just look at stats and just know that's true. But yeah, that's a fair answer. Thanks for being nice.
Hey, I honestly believe that. That's coming from the heart.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
And Animate Jane in the chat says, teaches Clay's feet confirmed.
Oh,
that
okay,
guy
showed up.
that going back to another season 4 meme. So, Clay, I do have to ask, throughout your seasons in the MLD, I mean, literally, now this being your 5th season, what version of the Sharks have you liked the most?
Ooh.
Is this like a skill question or a personality question?
You can actually lump both into the same.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean,
All right.
to be honest, the personality goes just as much into it as the skill goes. Because I realize, and I don't want to answer this question for you, like, last season with Zeus, I could see that being insane.
Oh, shoot, I've been here too long. I have too many favorite.
Like,
I just realized.
season 3 with, oh goodness, I'm literally gonna forget the name.
It's probably Nate Platch.
Yeah, Nate Platch. Season 3 with Nate Platch, you guys were quite the threat, especially towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
So,
I'll let you answer.
Yeah. Nate Platch is one of my lifelong friends. ever since grade school, actually. And Mike, or Teach, knows him personally as well.
Mhm.
So, of course, our chemistry is going to be great. And we still play together all the time. Actually, fun fact, tried to get him back on the squad this season. It's just, we're all so amazing now. Couldn't fit under the salary cap. So that definitely was one of my favorite rosters. Second favorite would definitely be Mish or Zeus. I'm gonna say Mish. We were interviewing him for joining our team, and I just heard that sweet British accent, and I fell in love. I truly did, and he's a really funny guy, fun to play with, and very, very helpful as a resource, and
Oh yeah.
Definitely makes us better.
he's amazing now. But whatever.
Yeah, he moved
left
on
us.
to PC. Ugh.
Zeus left us too. He is a comical guy. I really can't rate these guys in order. Kaw's newest addition. Still have a lot to learn about him, but he's got a great personality as well. I usually don't like people who have bad personalities. I have one instance I'm not going to mention.
Yeah,
but I
we're
kinda
not.
messed
We
up.
don't talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that. Jay, if you're in the chat, you better be laughing right now. But yeah, I can't really rate them, but I've had all good teammates, minus Teach.
Yep, I'm the one he's talking about. The one that shall not be named.
Yes. But so if you had to say which one was by far your favorite, you can't pick one.
No, I love everyone. I don't want anyone to be mad at me either.
Yeah. I will say this about the time you guys had with Mish Mish.
Yeah.
The one thing that I am glad about more than anything else was the week that we played you guys was Mish
He was
Mish's
gone.
first week.
Oh,
And he
yeah.
hadn't gotten used to
Yeah.
you guys at all. That was probably like, you guys held the Ducks to the least amount of goals that they scored in Season 4.
Yeah.
We
that's
only
true.
scored
Yeah.
13 goals in that matchup.
Only 13.
Yeah, only.
Well, I mean, to be honest, we were...
That season, that's very low for the Duck squad, yeah.
Yeah, that season, like, we were averaging, I think, like, 24. It was ridiculous. But, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, Mish, to be honest, I love everybody that you've ever had on your team. So I was hoping that you'd be able to discern between them for me so I could pick a favorite.
I
But,
can't. I'm sorry.
you know, I'm just a closet Sharks fan, that's all.
Very nice.
Actually, now that I think about it, Nate did make me an honorary Shark.
Oh, wait,
It's-
when was that?
That was at the beginning of Season 4.
I remember that. Yeah, Nate's a good guy.
Not sure if he had the right to do that, but I'll remember
No,
that
he has
forever.
zero right.
Now the question, I guess I should follow that up by asking, am I still an honorary Shark?
Absolutely.
Whoa. You made me cap.
I'm going to go ahead and answer that question for you, Clay.
We usually have meetings about big decisions like this.
Actually, we also have another one. I would name Cardinal an honorary Shark.
Yeah, Cardinal's one of our biggest fans, if not our biggest fan. Yeah. Kendo, you can be honorary Shark, I guess.
We can always have you guys 1v1 for it. But anyway.
I mean,
So,
if you want to see
I'll
Teach get
take him
slaughtered,
down any time of the day.
I'm ready. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready. It's just,
we're definitely doing this, by the way. So, one of the fun things that not too many people know about you guys is because of that family dynamic and living close enough together, having family get-togethers, etc., you guys have done something that pretty much no one else in the league has done.
split screen.
And that has split screen a
I knew
matchup
it.
on a console.
That's dedication right there.
We haven't only done it once, though. I think we've done it twice.
Yes, you guys have done it twice. If I remember right,
Yeah.
you did it once against the... I don't remember... Okay, I don't remember if it was against us or not. But
It was against
feel like
There was once in season 4, and I think once in season 5.
yeah, and that's the only reason why we lost you guys. That's it.
But what is that like? I mean, what is
It is.
how would
Win or
you describe
lose.
it?
Win or lose is the most fun experience I've
It's a good
ever been
time.
a part of in the MLD. Because you're sitting next to each other and you're just laughing your, off, and every time you score a goal, like you like poke each other and like you're freaking out, you jump up, and like there's no mic delay, so that has its benefits.
Yes.
But also lots of negatives, and
Yeah. You
You
can't
know-
talk bad about the person because he's sitting right next to you.
and those were just times where we didn't have anyone else to play because we're together, and well, desperate times call for desperate measures, and we split screened.
I'm pretty sure we had Nate in the other room watching the stream.
Nate was probably with us.
That's excellent. But that is absolutely excellent.
Hey, we make history here at the MLD.
What can we say?
So, how big a TV was this that you guys were doing this on?
Let's see, it was actually pretty large.
Yeah.
Say, it was 80-inch mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, say around 80.
80 inches. Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
as
Yeah,
far
a
as
lot
far as
worse.
the ability to view and see the field, did it affect it too bad?
Low visibility.
Low visibility.
No matter what, when you split screen, it's kind of really kind of changed the way you see the game.
We honestly had a lot of practice though, because every time we'd either go to each other's house, we'd always play split screen.
Yeah. Every holiday that Mike shows up to.
Oh, here we go. I believe it's you are the one that didn't show up last Christmas, but
Don't
that's
recall.
fine.
Next
That's
question.
So, I definitely have to ask: do you like it more than separate? Like, I realize. I realize there's definitely a advantage to doing it separately, but would you say the experience is more enjoyable on a split screen?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But then it comes down to, do you like winning? But yeah,
I
playing
think-
together split screen is awesome.
I think we both can agree we like to win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Separate's the way to go for that.
If I remember correctly, the time that I played you guys while you were split screen was when I was with the Lightning in season 5.
Oh, yep, that's true. I was so mad at you that day.
That team was good.
Yeah, if I remember right, it was me and Moose at that time. Or
That
it
is
might have
not
been me
a
and
good
me and
team to
Ryder.
split screen against.
That's not a.
I forget for
Fair.
sure. I'm going to have to look back at the stats now, but
I'm pretty sure it was Lightning. I mean, you
No, it was
and
Lightning.
Moot.
It was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. It might have been. I feel like I played against you guys while you were doing the split screen for sure, but
It was definitely
Played against you too many
yeah.
times.
We've lost count.
I guess is that a joyous experience or not so much? That's more
No,
of a
not at
personal
all.
question.
When I see Kendo score, ugh.
Triggered.
Triggered.
Let me know if there's like something blowing my mic because I'm like walking around. I didn't even notice it until now, but I've been walking in circles.
Interesting. So you're actually doing this. You're actually doing this on a phone.
Off of my phone, yes.
That's awesome.
Same.
That also explains
Oh,
the
yeah,
mic quality. But now
PS4 for life. No. I got my Razer plugged in. I don't know what you're trying to say right now.
Nah, I'm joking with you. Anyway, now is the time, though, everybody in chat. Now is definitely the time. If you do have a question to ask the Sharks, You Reach, I Teach, and Clay HD, Make sure you type it in chat. We've already had one really good question from the chat. You guys are stepping your game up today with the questions.
I'm surprised Jay hasn't asked a question yet.
I hope he's not here anymore.
Just as you
probably
asked, just as you said that, Clay.
Oh no, did you?
Clay, what do you do on the council? Asks Inanimate J.
Oh, you know what? I had a dream someone asked me this question, and I was not going to be able to answer. I'm sure a lot of people wonder that, truthfully. What do I do in the council? If Jay were to answer for me, he'd say nothing. If I were to answer for myself, I'd probably say nothing. I kind of just annoy everyone, and actually, Jay and I did some teamwork, kind of monitoring chat, answering a question, rather not rudely, but bluntly. That's it. I used to do a lot more for the council. I've been super busy recently, but once my schedule opens up, Jay, this summer, I'll be around to help out a lot more. Jay, if you have any more questions, please go ahead.
Clay, you're already fired. Just stop. You're fired.
No, all I do is carry this band around and don't really work for it.
To be honest, I mean that's pretty much my experience in casting. I do very little to nothing other than make memes, and Jay would rather I do absolutely nothing and plans on banning me. But anyway. But yes, waiting for more questions from the chat. Let's see. Trying to come up with one off the top of my head. Season 5, you guys not only made the playoffs for the first time, but you got your first playoff win.
I wasn't there for that. It's a Teach question.
Well, okay, I mean, yeah, it was Zeus and Teach who played, but Clay, did you have any involvement as far as in comms, coaching, anything like that?
Yeah, I had a heart attack while I was watching and texted him mid-game that I was having a heart attack, and they said, "Don't worry, we got this." So I was kind of part of it.
Who did that? Teach or Zeus?
Teach.
Don't worry, we got
Zeus
this.
Focuses. Zeus focuses. He's an animal.
Hey. I focus too now.
So that was pure confidence. We got this.
That's how we go into all of our matches these days. not cockiness. More like we're just gonna step on the field and beat you guys.
Yeah.
It's just the kind of mentality you have to have. No, but that game against the Jets was insane.
By far the craziest game I've ever been a part of.
Definitely the craziest
Yeah.
game that I have ever watched.
I think I cried.
You
I
cried.
think I might have cried.
Only a little bit. It wasn't manly tears.
I don't like giving out details about it, but there might have been some tears.
But anyway. Okay. I think if nobody else has any more questions, I think I will move on to the middle part of my stream, which will involve a quick break. But guys, I'd like you to stick around, not quite in the voice channel, but I would actually love to have a 1v1 series with you guys on
I
stream.
am ready for that.
I have to shower and then leave. I'm serious.
You have to shower
I
and leave,
be
so you can't do
somewhere.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in other
Unless
words,
it's right
he's
now.
too
Unless it's
scared
right
to
now.
play.
Right now. But I'm not trying to mess up the stream schedule here. I'm just saying.
He's
That's
scared.
my-
That's all he's saying. He's scared. That's all I'm hearing right now. He's scared.
Okay.
Don't do this right now.
I want to switch out.
What's he typing?
I am telling the lobby that I'm going to be right back and I'm doing a 1v1 with you guys.
Oh boy.
So this will be a 1v1, winner take all.
All right,
All right, fine.
The path-
Fine.
let's do it.
Let's do this. We're gonna do this live. This is impromptu, right now.
Oh, Teach, why'd you get yourself into this mess?
So let's
oh,
see.
Teach.
I'd be scared if I were you. I would be horrified.
Let's see. We're gonna transition. We'll be right back. Don't go away. That way nobody sees what I'm putting in as the password.
Excuse me.
Come on, man. Really?
I don't know what just happened, but here.
At least say excuse me.
I know, right?
I did say excuse me.
I didn't hear it.
I whispered it.
Hmm.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Don't start that.
Okay.
I'm feeling
All
music
right.
in my bones. Oh, I have to read that.
Yep, you do have to read that. I put the info. I put the info in the Discord.
Can't you just tell me?
So I'm waiting here, and I cannot wait. Should I cast this? Everybody in the chat, yes or no? Give me yays and nays.
I'll give you a yes. I give you a yes right now.
Should this be a solo cast?
Oh boy.
Gracer jumps in.
He's trying to look at us, make sure, get ready for our game, our matchup.
Yep, exactly.
He's trying to steal our place.
So, Jay in the chat with the nay. Go figure.
He's so rude. He just.
So here we are.
Why can I not find this?
There are people joining up that are watching this live. They don't have any delay at all.
You getting it, Clay?
Dude, it's
Don't look at the
not
sharks
working.
part. Don't look at the sharks part.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Why would you? Wow, Kenda, you should have really made that clear. Alright, I'm joining up.
Clay, I'll let you pick the colors.
I'm going blue.
All right, fair enough.
By the way, everybody, usually I do the follows on a break, but this is close enough. Texas21, I noticed the follow earlier. Thank you. I saw somebody named Freeze with a follow, and thank you. Aries
Kendall.
with the follow. Thank you, sir. Gentlemen, if you are ready, go ahead and start.
Still, but Kendo, I'll follow you after this. I think I'm following you, but I'm probably not.
Here we go. Kendo smirks
Oh.
in the chat. We have the 1v1 of teeth.
Maybe I could just cast for you. Clay,
You
taking
could.
the orange goal. Beast teach! 1-0 Clay!
All right.
Let's just watch this again. Oh.
Good shot. Good shot.
God, I'm
Good shot.
stepping. Jay, if you want a piece of me next, step in.
So here we are. We are 15 seconds into this 1v1. Clay, HD, gathering the ball up. Does a nice little move, but he flips over the ball into the net. Doesn't quite score the ball. Teach coming in with the boomer. This will be just a little bit far. Clay.
Sorry, my remote's loud.
It's fine. Clay will touch this ball down. Teach has an open net the other way. He shoots and scores. A 1-1 game.
Mike, you scared?
Oh, I'm feeling just fine.
Those are cool rims.
Thank you.
You're so screwed. You're so Could you imagine playing a doubles game while having someone cast in your ear?
I know, right?
No, not at all.
Drift. Oh, pop it up, pop it up, pop it up.
Oh,
And with that, You Reach, I Teach has shown himself to be the shark of the night. The man with the sharpest teeth.
So Kenda, I'm what they call the bigger man. I didn't want to embarrass Mike in front of everyone.
don't reveal my identity. I'm You Reach.
Your Discord name is M. Woltman. I don't know what you...
Hey, M could stand for a lot of things.
Michelle,
Yeah,
Michonne,
yeah,
Marcy.
no.
All right, Kendo has a stream to get going. We're sorry. We kind of just go on tangents a lot.
Gentlemen, I really do appreciate you guys. This was quite possibly one of the finest moments of MLD Monday. The Shark Tank 1v1. And I do appreciate the fact that I am still a honorary shark.
Of course, of course.
To the best of your knowledge.
Hashtag Sharks Nation. Trend it.
Oh,
Cracer.
Brainiac and Cracer.
By the way, take it easy on Brainiac. He's a little nervous.
He is a little nervous. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going to a break for about 5 minutes. I'm going to get some music in the backdrop. Not Jaws music, sadly, so nothing can be that good. But Clay, Teach, I thank you very much for being here with me today. I'm looking forward to the playoffs, of course. Guys, do not miss the playoffs coming up for the Platte League. The Sharks will once again be facing the Jets in what might possibly be... Well, really, I think it's a rivalry now, isn't it? Would you call it a rivalry by now?
Second consecutive season, and we're just going to
I
repeat
think
history, so...
It has to be now.
Absolutely.
We're just going to beat them again. It's unfortunate for them.
Oh.
But yeah.
So,
We'll see you, Cracer and Katie. We'll see you there.
So we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Do not
Thank you,
go
Kendo.
away. Clay, Teach.
Love you.
Thank you.
Love you guys.
Thank you so
too.
much. This was a blast.
Yeah, good times.
Let's see. And why? Oh, thank you for the cheers, M. Bizzle. And of course, the sub once again, HG Face is going on a rampage right now. So Ace, I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for showing the love, sharing the support, doing some amazing things. And Bizzle is second with his bits right there. We will be right back. Up next is, of course, the Demolition, and we have Brainiac and Texas Ace. We're going to reset up our original scrimming lobby. So do not go away, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back. The break will not be that long. Thank you for watching MLD Monday. Okay, and we are back. Woo! Crazy, crazy times, of course, in the MLD. Crazy times on your screens. Oh, man. We are not done yet, though. We have a second guest today, of course, and that guest will be getting in here fairly soon. We are, of course, talking playoffs, and we are setting up so much right now to get ready for the playoffs. Man, oh man. Of course, we do appreciate all the follows tonight. We do appreciate the subscribers. HGFace just went on a subscription raid, which is the most insane thing I have seen in a little while. Between HGFace and Cracer, you guys, thank you so much for the support, the love that you have been showing to me. You're insane. I really do appreciate it, and I don't know if I can express it in words just how important it means, how important it is, and what it means to me to know that I have people supporting me in ways that really I don't deserve. At the same time, definitely going to be working towards continuing to improve what is MLD Monday. So, I noticed not too many of you went away. Oh, wait. No, more of you went away. Oh boy. Oh, thank you, Monster Jammers, for the bit donation right there. I see a bit donation war starting. Anyway, we're going to go back here. We do have a in-house 2v2 with the Coma guys. I don't know how terrible this is going to be or how good it's going to be, but hopefully you do enjoy the gameplay between a bunch of guys who maybe one day will go pro if they really put their hearts into it. But anyway, we got Jay Monta, Hunter, Mateo, Kunix. So you got a lot of MLD representation here. So do enjoy the extra little bit that we got going on here. Bringing them in right now, of course. I am working on it. Let's see here. Up next, the next guys that we have coming into the chat right now. If I can do this correctly. As I was saying, the next guys that I have coming into the chat right now are both from the hashtag Boom Squad. They finished the season 25-25 and had a 5-0 over the Dodgers to propel themselves into the playoffs for the first time ever. I have with me Brainiac and Texas 21 Ace of the Demolition. Gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, doing great.
All right. Feeling good.
Feeling good indeed. I would be too, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, how... I know how insane it was for me just watching what you guys did, knowing that you guys put yourself in a very good position. And what was it like playing those games? The Dodgers weren't a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, you could say they had a shot at a playoff spot.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys Goomba stomped them. to put it respectfully, but mercy. You guys came into that literally needing a 5-0 to even have a remote chance. You guys got a little bit of help, of course, not to completely destroy the entire story and break out ahead. Oh my, I have a bit more going on.
That's always nice.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for the bits. You guys are crazy in the chat. But anyway. Yeah.
Playing them was nerve-wracking.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know week 1, we barely reverse sweeped them. So we knew it was going to be a challenge at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely they were a great team, and if going back and looking at the BOD and everything, it was like, I mean, those games could have gone their way easily.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, going into that game, we just said, "Hey, let's go in there and let's just have some fun. This could be our last time that we play a series together." So yeah, let's just go have a blast. And yeah, turned out great for us.
Yeah, you guys were both holdovers from the season 5 team, which kind of it had a little bit of rockiness to it, of course, but that team ended up breaking up and gave way to what we see now, which is actually, I mean, when you consider you guys are at 500 and then you've made the playoffs for the first time in team history, that's pretty impressive. But yeah, those games were extremely close. The only game that was not a 1-goal game was the first game, the 3-1 that you guys won pretty handily. You got the jump on them. But, I mean, I can't imagine what the nerves were like for you guys going into that, and then just, I mean, game after game you're winning, like, wow, we might actually be able to do something with this. What was it like for you guys mentally?
Well, honestly, you know, these games, I mean, I always get pretty nervous for them. I mean, I guess that's any sports that I play. But going into, like you said, going to this game, we were like, hey, let's just go have a good time. As we were winning,
Yeah.
and even the games were close, you know, we're getting anxious, but we were kind of just telling each other, hey, like whatever happens, right? Let's just go out there and let's play and let's hit some shots. And I mean, as you can see, I was flying around everywhere. I was missing a lot as well because of that. But you know, again, we were just having a good time. And even though we went down a couple times, honestly, just relied on what me and kind of Brainiac have, and that's just I feel like we have a good on the field chemistry. Kind of, I know where he's at all the time, for the most part, and yeah, it just worked out for us.
I know, Texas, you are PlayStation, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I'm a pleb.
Well, no, I'm not even. That's not what I'm going for right there. You would think that there would be a disadvantage there, but the way you guys played against the Dodgers in a extremely critical matchup, needing everything you could get and then getting it all in very close fashion. Would you say that there is a disadvantage to being a PlayStation PC mixed team?
Go ahead, Brittany.
I would say a little bit, yeah, because there have been a few times where we have tried to get private match scrims going and nobody's around. And so some teams get to have the luxury of going into ranked. Man, I would love to have the luxury of going into ranked with Texas and just seeing what we can do.
Yeah.
Even casuals.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the tough parts. You know, we'll ask for scrims. You know, there's nobody around or they're just avoiding us. But the good thing about it is that our champ guys have always been around, and they're always soft. And those guys, Panda and Mage and all them, and Stove, they just constantly just like, hey, let's scrim. You know, we'll you know, destroy y'all, but you know, you're gonna learn from it too. So
absolutely,
that's definitely helped us.
So the team dynamic in the Demolition, I would say, is an extremely positive thing for you guys.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. We and I'm sure there's a lot of teams out there that will say the same, but we feel like we lucked out with the guys that we have. Very supportive. We always have a good time. We always, you know, just chat all the time, even if we're not playing. So
the entire franchise seems to be just one group. They warmed us up for our Dodgers game just by pounding us into the ground so that then we would get our speed up and get our accuracy up. And then we went into the Dodgers going, okay, well, let's get pounded. Oh, hey, this is going all right. We can do this. Let's do this.
That's excellent. That is excellent. And you guys, I mean, being that I've been able to see you guys just over the past season and a half, there's been a significant improvement, of course, on the Demolition Squad. And I love the fact that you were one of the few teams that decided to, in between seasons, stick together. Granted, it was a little bit tougher with all the teams that were moving up, or players that were moving up into the Champion League. I think you guys were literally the only team that stuck together, with the exception of the Pandas.
and the Sharks.
Yeah, Pandas and Sharks. So, Wow. Okay, now you guys have something
Oh,
else in
yeah,
common. You both
Already
get in the
forgot
playoffs
about
with the 5-0, and then you both. This is a very interesting development now that I think about it.
No, honestly, yeah, going into the off season, that was kind of the thing. How can we stick together? And what's funny is we had Guitar Legend with us, but obviously we couldn't afford him. He got too pricey for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was one of those things where it's like, okay, I can keep Brainiac, and even though he has a high salary and that could hurt us during the draft, I just kind of feel the chemistry that we have would help us, and especially during our in our division games.
Huh. Absolutely. So, your game that you guys had was on Thursday.
Yes.
You guys go through that entire 5-0, do amazing stuff, and then what was it like having to play the waiting game, knowing that anyone pretty much could steal that potential wildcard spot?
The worst. For me, it was the worst. But we set it up that way. Sorry, Brittany. Yeah, we set it up that way, so we could just, like I said, play freely and just go there and just get it over with, and then we'll just see what happens and hope for the best. And luckily, the Knights came through for us.
Yeah, we definitely set it up and purposely scheduled it as early as possible. Because then, although you know there's some pressure to perform, you just go out doing whatever you want to do. Instead of saying there's a goal of 3 games or 4 games, or you have to get the 5-0, and oh my goodness, we're behind in game 3, we have to get this 5-0, now we're stressed out. We can just go in trying to say, oh, we're behind a goal, that's okay, let's just have fun. And then hopefully that put on the pressure for the Pirates and the Flames to know that they had actual bars to hit and goals to meet, that if they didn't get, they had a rough time.
So, I want to take this question just a step further. Game number 4. The Pirates need 1 win, and they have 2 games to go. How did you feel your chances were? Because
I would
the momentum was pretty heavily in the Pirates' end at that point in the game.
Oh, for sure. I thought our chances were slim, to be honest. It was kind of a little roller coaster of emotions there. It was like, because the Knights were playing well to where they were getting ahead, and then you saw what happened in game 2, where they gave up the lead and ended up giving up the win, and just kept going like, oh, we got this. Okay, we don't got this. We got this. All right, we're back at, and anyway, I just told my wife, stand by. You remember CPR because I think I'm about to go down.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that I was trying my best to improve our chances. So I teamed up with Fuego to warm up the Knights and tried to get them speedy.
Yes, I owe him a case of balls. That's for sure.
That's excellent.
It was really interesting to see how Kajito seemed to pop off some in games. That's what I was surprised by, because I know Shackles is a good player, and Kajito can do really well whenever he wants to. It's just a matter of when that comes out. And so, yeah, that game 3 was one single game away with a couple of close times of open goals and AEDs needed for both of us. But once the end of game 5 rolled around, probably last 40 seconds, I remember it was an increasing lead, and it was a weird feeling to think, oh, we're gonna have to keep playing now. We get to keep playing. Oh my goodness!
Exactly.
So did you guys celebrate together, or was it more of a separate celebration? I know some teams, they'd get in the team chat for watching something like that. Did you guys do that at all?
Oh, for sure. We all jumped into Discord, including our champ guys, our team Discord, and everybody was just having a ball and just, again, just celebrating. And, I had some drinks.
That is excellent.
Yeah, no, it was a blast. It was a blast.
That is 100% amazing. Wow. So just getting a feel of what the experience was like for you guys, that's absolutely amazing. So, if I remember correctly, both of you guys actually have been lifelong Demolition, correct? Like, ever since you've come into the league, the only team that you've been on is Demolition.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, yep. Came in season 5 and played in
The
game
last
10.
game. Yeah.
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 Game 10 week 10 to try to get, I think we got up to 13 wins from 11 for the season
Yeah.
against the elite.
Wasn't pretty.
No. And yeah, Texas, you were the captain from that reformed demo squad, right?
Yeah, I took over, I think it was week 6, I believe, and just kind of, like I said, had to get people on, and then, you know, we had a former player of the demo stay on, and then he left the next week due to some stuff going on, and so then that's when I had to go find Brainiac, and yeah, it wasn't the best, and like, you know, a lot of people were telling me, hey, there's no pressure, there's really not, you're taking over, just kind of, you know, guide the team and just get ready for next season. But I still wanted to win. So, you know, it wasn't a pleasant experience in the beginning. I mean, the community was fine. Just the games weren't that fun, much fun.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
I do have to ask a similar question to what I asked the Sharks, and it was a very good question that time. No, I know I don't want to get too preemptive, of course, because teams in the playoffs are in the playoffs and they're not done yet by any stretch of the imagination. But do you guys have plans to stay together for next season, or what would be the plans?
It's probably time to put Brainiac out to pasture. You know. No, it's yeah. I'm probably speaking for Brainiac, but he can't stay in Flat Lake anymore.
No, I hit Diamond too, so unless somehow caps change, I'm gonna be trying to see what is out there for Champ League. Yeah, I would love to stay on a team with Texas and see what chemistry we can get with a third person. Maybe I can drag them up to Champ League or something. I don't know, but
Well, save my pesos and get a PC.
guaranteed 2
Go
rank
fund me
increase
account.
within
Go
the first
fund me
2
account.
weeks.
There you go.
You know, if Pulch would actually link all of his alternate accounts to Twitch Prime, we could have a lot of free subs for your for
There you
anybody's Twitch streams, if you know what I mean. Hint, hint.
There
Kappa,
you
kappa.
go.
Anyway.
But honestly, this season has been a really good for me. The Champ League and the franchise was excellent since week 1 to just be a group of 7-8 people all being together. That I've been scrimming with them enough to get my speed up and get everything going to be really confident in both Champ League formats and scrims and hopefully a team. Who knows?
Yeah. And who knows? It sounds like the Demolition are close-knit a community enough to the point that you guys would probably, or your Champ League guys would probably bring Brainiac on in between seasons. But it definitely sounds like you guys have a great team dynamic.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I feel bad because we haven't mentioned anything about Sock.
Sock
but-
Flake.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Not to be forgotten, man. He's a beast himself. At times when he kind of goes off, especially with those ceiling shots, you know, I kind of feel that, you know, I might be the third person, you know, the third wheel here. But anyways, it's great.
The thing that makes Sock Flake go off is whenever he has good on defense, who can kind of keep the ball in the other half and just let Sock have it full reign of the field, he will just get creative. He will go for things that he will miss only like 1 out of every 3 times, and he'll get a good shot on it most of the times, and then he'll get the play of the week with those other couple of times. It's
ridiculous shot.
It's scrim with him to see his ridiculous mechanics and getting him improve just a little bit was fantastic for the 4-1s we.
My lobby just went all mercs.
Ooh.
I had to point that out for everyone in the chat
Yes.
because it's actually a pretty funny happening right there. They told me don't leave the lobby, and then they all left, and now they come back and they're all mercs. This is quite entertaining. But anyway, folks, if you do have questions for these guys of the Demolition, feel free to ask them in the chat now. I will continue the interview probably for at least another, I'd say 10 minutes, but absolutely. Oh, man.
Oh, I like the Kendo cringe counter. I didn't.
Oh, yeah. There are a lot of fun little counters that I'm working on. I'm hoping that, I'll ask Cracer's question here in a second. I am hoping that I can add a currency system, a lot like the bread loaves, but adding, since I don't mind the idea of a little bit of gambling, you can gamble whatever currency I would have to try to duplicate it, if you know what I mean. But
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'd also add little games where if somebody new jumps into the chat, or a new follower, I have a lot of different little ideas here and there. It's just getting the time to implement them. But, anyway. And Tracer says, ask Brain about how much I secretly love the demo. There are no kappas.
Oh god.
I just like gang to. Oof. That's a leading question that I don't know if I want to continue on much further for the sake of privacy of both parties. You're welcome, Tracer.
Now, I'm assuming that there's a fan fiction about you and Cracer that Cracer has written.
In the dedicated fanfic server, of course.
For those of you who are like, what are they talking about? You just scroll through General about noon Central today, and you will see quite possibly the most disturbing conversation you will ever see in the history of the MLD. So disturbing that even Inanimate J wanted nothing to do with it, which is about 90% of the conversations I start. But
Tracer, the reason he does ask that is because he also helped warm us up for that game 10, gave us some good pointers, and they got the Jets to scrim the demo a decent amount, which they were, of course, a formidable team, and we like putting ourselves up against a little bit of a challenge. So, yeah, that was definitely helpful, and only great experiences with the Jets, and I'm even in the Jet Corps, so I hope I made some friends.
Here's a good one. This one's from HG Face. What has been the most beneficial thing about scrimming with mostly Champ League counterparts?
That we get whooped all the time.
The speed.
Yeah, the speed, just the pace of it. Although it helps us. And you know what? Sometimes I felt like going into games, the stuff they were doing, we kind of expected some of the plat level guys to do it. And so, we see someone on the wall and, not flying to the ceiling and then flying off the ceiling, unless you're uppercase 1. We're like, why didn't he hit that? And, it's just because what we're used to. But what it was good was it got our pace up, and it forced us to also be a little bit more aggressive. So that definitely helped us.
Yeah, I know that whenever we would scrim some of Champ League guys, other casual Plat League scrim going, we would feel like we had seconds and minutes to react to some things occasionally. It was such a weird feeling. But warming up against a Champ League, yeah, it almost got us expecting consistency from the Plat League, where Plat League would go a little bit slower or faster, just weirdly, and have inconsistencies that sometimes actually led to some of our weird loss of confidence in the middle of games. So it was double-edged sword. Practice helped a ton. Warm-ups would probably stick to a good Plat League team, though.
Yeah.
So let's see. I do want to ask you guys just a little bit, because I know we have the playoffs coming up, and I just pulled up the bracket in the stream. You guys, of course, are the wild card, and you're going up against the Flames first off. How do you guys feel about your chances making it all the way?
Gut reaction is great. We're gonna win it all.
Yes, yeah. Let me light some candles at church or something. No, there's some great teams ahead of us. I mean, it's like if we somehow get past the Flames, which I mean, we're confident that we will give them a fight, and hopefully we come out with the victory. But it's like if you get that, it's like, oh great, your grand prize is you get the Rhinos, and so it's like, okay, now we got to deal with them. And then you still have the elite and the other guys coming up from underneath us as well. So it's going to be a tough battle. Hopefully we can compete and make some demo history here.
Yeah, the Flames seem like they're coming in hot. Sorry. Oof, I had to take it. The Flames seem like they're good. Seems like they're coming in with some good momentum on that 5-0 on the last series. Rhinos, of course, ridiculous. I can't believe how well they're doing. And then the Wizards is an interesting team because Pork Chop left but is still heavily involved, and so they're still a powerful team. People may underestimate them, but it's really good. And then I don't know if I want to rematch against the Elite because I really want to have our A team against their A team to see what happens. But they have a weird way about them that they just somehow win. So,
that's for sure. They've taken some wins against us for sure.
Yeah. So then that side of the bracket is already strong, and then the Hawks, Jets, Sharks, Spartans, and Foxes. I'm scared of the Foxes because I know Fuego well, and I don't want to have to try to go up against him. Spartans have only the disadvantage of the little bit of a not so mature team of growing throughout, but still they somehow Polch just puts in something in their food, and then they're going up close to the Champ League.
Awesome.
The Sharks, of course, you heard them. They're ready to use their extreme chemistry that's been developing over a long time. Jets, of course, we love scrimming against, and they're difficult. And then Uppercase and Company and the Hawks is going to be ridiculously hard to shut down. So all that to say, we're confident we can go all the way. We got to grind.
Absolutely. My last question will be this, and I think you might have touched on it just a little bit, but of all the teams, my personal experience in the MLD is I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. I think Monster Jammers literally just read General from back in his reaction in chat. I'll have you know, Monster Jammers, Cracer did start it. I just kind of stoked the flames. But anyway, my involvement with the MLD, I've always had 2 or 3 teams that have really helped me out, like teams with players that I've ended up looking up to, had great relationships with. Your experience in the MLD, I know you said the Champions League team has been amazing for you guys. Has there been any other teams that you would look at and be like, this is our brother team?
That is all you, Texas.
Honestly, I mean, there's been a good mixture of teams that we've been able to consistently, I guess, scrim with. The Hurricanes, because I'm a in real life friend with Man with the Plan, Big Thug Nasty.
I love that name.
The name is awesome. We were when he first applied, he thought he maybe wasn't going to be able to get in the league because of the name. Oh, but that first game, everybody was going crazy for it. So got to stay with it, right? But so yeah, I would say the Canes, and of course, like as Brainiac mentioned, the Jets have always kind of been there for us, and they're really a very formidable team to go against and warm up for sure.
Awesome.
I do have
go.
to keep plugging though. Champ League guys, Soft, Panda, Mage of Exodus, and Stovat,
yeah.
they've helped us so much. Just keeping a level head on us, making sure we have good thoughts going into the games, and then also making sure we get good practice in, and a few good tips that really paid off big. Some small fundamentals that you just sometimes miss really helped, and all that. It's been an awesome season.
Absolutely. So, anyone else in the chat have a question for these guys before we leave? Cracer does want me to read the fan fiction that he wrote in the chat.
Can I leave before that happens?
Sure, but only after Brainiac looks towards Cracer B.
K-Racer. Get his name right.
K-Racer.
If
Cracer.
I love him, his name is K-Racer.
K-Racer. Cracer. Thanks for the help with the scrim. I can't even read that, Cracer. It's not decent.
That's awesome.
Oh, mercy.
Cringe for sure.
K-Racer. Cracer. K-Racer. Same thing. But anyway. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. That.
I gotta take a shower too now.
Hashtag butt sweat.
For those of you who don't know, that hashtag was created in the waiting lobby today. And we won't go completely into the story.
Man.
It's just going to be a constant cringe counter, so I might have to end this interview here and try to salvage what's left of this stream. So, gentlemen, I really do appreciate your time, and good luck, of course, up against the Flames going into the playoffs. So, I know it's going to be an insane matchup between those guys and you, and hopefully you guys are able to pull out the win.
Thank you. Appreciate the interview.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that was the demolition that we had on the Boom Squad. and we really appreciate what they did. I tell you what. I tell you what, guys. The MLD is something that's absolutely amazing, and it's very fun to realize how much of a community that we do have, especially when you're talking to teams and you're getting this picture of, hey, we have teams that are helping teams, and we have franchises that literally are trying to develop each other on a regular basis. And yes, this is a Coma 2v2 pork chop. Ace, Ascending Champions Esports, thank you, by the way, for the host. I really do appreciate the support. And to everyone who is here from Ace, you may recognize the name. You may even recognize the voice. I am Kendo Slice, and I am a caster for minor league doubles, as well as a former caster for Ace. But do enjoy your stay. Feel free to give a follow if you'd like. What I do on Mondays is called MLD Monday, and we basically go through the MLD, usually interviewing one or two people. Sometimes we have tandems that we're interviewing. So today we actually interviewed a couple of guys from the Sharks who made the playoffs, and a couple of guys from the Demolition who also made the playoffs. The Demolition making the playoffs by the skin of their teeth on the last day of the regular season for Plat League. But yeah, it's amazing to think, though, that a Champ League team, guys who are, high diamonds and champions, can really help out a Plat League team and help them learn how to play. And the improvement, especially in the Demolition and their game as individuals as well as a team, is extremely evident. And I've really enjoyed watching them grow. And those who don't know, my son is probably the Demolition are absolutely his favorite team. He's loved them since he saw the logo. He is the Demolition fan, the #1 Demolition fan. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate all the follows tonight. I definitely need to go through and check them really quick. Get up the Nightbot, or get up the Streamlabs. Just so I can see everybody. So we literally had... I want to butcher your name, my friend. Croissant good? Croissant good? But you just followed. I really appreciate that. Of course, we had the host from Ascending Champions, Clay HD. Thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Ace G Face gifting a whole bunch of subs and subbing himself. Monster Jammers, Chris P, Aries, Freeze 277, Texas 21 Ace. Thank you as well for the follow. Of course, I had recently follows from Hi, Frostbite, Mish. I appreciate everybody, the follows, the support. We are trying to make something amazing happen here on the Kendo Slice channel, mainly for the MLD and MLD Monday. But appreciate the support, continued support going forward. Anyway, I feel like it is time for me to figure out someone to host, especially since I'm seeing Scarabs. Scarabs! Scarabs on the screen. Let's see here. But yes. Hi. Why is it when I want to host anyone outside of the MLD, the stream ends? Oof. The slides. Yes, I clicked the wrong transition. I'm killing myself with slides. Killing me softly with my own slides. But anyway, I do appreciate everyone for coming out today. We had a wonderful, wonderful night. And, of course, as I say every time, be good to one another. Look to encourage one another, my friends. Because, really, that's the true meaning behind everything. When we can build each other up, there's no stopping us. So with that, thank you again, everyone, for your support, the follows, the bits, the bit war that went on today. HG Face, 1,500 bits. Cracer, if I am looking at that right, I'm probably not. Let's see, 570 bits. My upper monitor has very bad pixelation. M. Bizzle with 416 bits. And to everybody else who donated bits as well. Nofia. Let's see, I'm going through the chat to see if I can find anybody else. Everyone, thank you for your support. And good night, everybody. Stay tuned, of course, for the host.